What is a primary plan in Smartsheet? Why has it been previously undocumented? And why does it apply to every user in Smartsheet around the world? Let's look into this. Hello, my name is Tom Zilstra. I was a Smartsheet employee for over 7 years, focused on helping customers optimize their Smartsheet platform. I now serve as a principal architect at SoftwareX, a Smartsheet Platinum partner. We believe in the platform because it offers tremendous leverage for the investment organizations have made in Smartsheet. You can learn more by completing the interest form in the link below in the video description, and please view additional insight videos. Thank you for watching. Let's dive into the topic of a Smartsheet primary plan, a key component of the Smartsheet platform architecture that just has not been documented or discussed to date and is very important, especially with the new user subscription model mode of operation that all existing Smartsheet customers and new customers will be experiencing in the coming months. What's the context behind this term of a primary plan? This affects all organizations and really is focused on Smartsheet system administrators to understand the permutations and how to leverage this knowledge transfer. A primary plan is about a user assignment to a specific Smartsheet plan. We'll dive into more detail on that. Where is this affected? This is in the United States region and the EU region, and it's across all plans: free, pro, business, and enterprise. One of the key reasons for sharing this knowledge transfer is the hard work we've been doing to gain subject matter expertise in the new user subscription model that was released by Smartsheet about a month ago in the summer of 2024. It provides a new ability for a user to be a member of multiple internal and potentially external plans. And one of these plans manages key aspects of that user's Smartsheet experience, which we'll dive into. Our agenda is to cover the LCM versus USM operational models of Smartsheet to orient ourselves a little bit, talk a little bit more about what a primary plan is and what it does. How does a primary plan get assigned to a user? And when could a user's primary plan change? And then last but certainly not least, we'll provide some previously undocumented insights into this entire area of primary plans in Smartsheet. So this LCM versus USM. LCM is an acronym that stands for Legacy Collaborator Mode. It is the mode that Smartsheet's been operating in as it relates to licensing since about 2010. It's still active today and will be phased out in the next couple of years. USM is an acronym that stands for User Subscription Model. That is a new mode of licensing for the Smartsheet service that went live in July of 2024, and for new customers and for customers who are renewing their service with Smartsheet at the beginning of the 2025 calendar year, they will shift in terminology from legacy collaborator mode to user subscription mode of operation. So what is a primary plan in Smartsheet? Because it affects both users in the current legacy collaborator model and the new user subscription model. It's got three core functions. It controls the user's authentication or login to the Smartsheet service. It controls or manages whether or not that user has the ability to create assets in Smartsheet. And if they can create assets in Smartsheet, it manages the ownership of all those assets created by that user. How is it assigned? How does this primary plan get assigned? Well, in the long-standing traditional model of operation architecturally, the was much simpler to understand because all users of Smartsheet could only be a member of one plan at any one point in time. And that plan, by default, therefore, was their primary plan. The user subscription model changes that dramatically. In a user subscription model, a user can be a member of an unlimited number of internal and external plans. So determining which of those plans for that USM user is their primary plan, there are a couple variables at play. These variables include when there'll be quite a large number of existing users who are members in their legacy collaborator model plan who will shift over to user subscription model. Those users will, their primary plan will continue to be the plan they were a member of in legacy collaborator model. There'll be no change. Now, a new Smartsheet user uh, who has shifted to user subscription model and has centralized their operational mode for Smartsheet. We have a Platform Insight video that goes into operational mode in detail. We encourage you to look into that as well. They will automatically go to that centralized plan that the organization is operating within, and that will be their primary plan. Very straightforward in the first two scenarios. In the third scenario, a new Smartsheet user who's a member of an organization that has shifted to user subscription model, but they operate in decentralized mode, the Smartsheet service, it will actually be the first organization, internal or external, that shares an asset to that user that will actually determine that user's primary plan. Let's take a look at what a primary plan looks like in an overview sense in legacy collaborator mode. You're limited, as I said a moment ago, to membership in one plan. That plan is always therefore the user's primary plan. The vast majority of users are their primary plan, and their plan membership is a plan that's internal to their organization. There are some situations where knowledge workers are members of an external organization, but we find that the vast majority are internal in the legacy collaborator mode. And as you can see, we have the one membership we're active in, and then we can, as users in legacy collaborator mode, be shared to other external organizations, shared to collaborate on those assets. But in legacy collaborator mode, you do not become a member of that external organization or organizations when they share assets to you. You are referred to as an external collaborator. This is very, very different from user subscription model. The primary plan in a user subscription model, change number one, is the unlimited number of internal and external plan memberships that are potentially possible for a user. That when that shift takes place and that user was an existing LCM user and they shift to USM, they'll retain that plan they were a member of as their primary plan. The user's primary plan could be internal or external. And it really depends on a couple of variables. If their organization has a centralized mode of operation, they're going, therefore, to be streamlined into their organization's central enterprise plan, and that will be their primary plan. If their organization is operating in decentralized mode and they happen to be shared to assets by an external organization prior to being formally added into their organization's Smartsheet plan, they will become a member of that external plan that's shared to them, and that external plan is where their primary plan membership will lie. When when can a primary plan be changed in these environments? In the user subscription model, a user can request to be removed from a primary plan. The system administrator of a primary plan can remove that user, essentially, in both of these scenarios, freeing that user up to change their primary plan. And last but certainly not least is when the powerful user auto provisioning feature is being used in a centralized plan by an organization, and a user has been a member of a free plan. That enablement of the user auto provisioning feature will automatically terminate their free plan and transfer them into the centralized plan with user auto provisioning, and that therefore becomes their primary plan. Diving into the user's primary plan application authentication feature, in free, pro, and business plans, if that is the user's plan type that is their primary plan, all methods of authentication except single sign-on are supported by Smartsheet in those plans, but those plans cannot delineate which of those methods are enabled versus disabled. All of them are enabled, and all of them are available to the user as a method of authentication. If the user's primary plan is an enterprise plan, the system administrators of that plan can control authentication down to single sign-on, or enable all the different methods or subsets thereof of those methods. Again, within the control of the system administrators of the primary plan of the user. Asset creation. When we talk about asset creation, we're talking about that key functionality where a user can create new sheets, reports, dashboards, and workspaces within Smartsheet, pardon me. On free plans, obviously they're not able to create assets, but on pro, business, and enterprise plans, either users within the primary plan and or the system administrators can initiate the ability for that user to be able to create assets. So a sharing action to that user can put them into what's known as a provisional member state where they can create assets. In these plans, the system administrators can also discontinue that ability if they so desire, for that user to be able to create these assets. Now, this means the primary plan is the only place within Smartsheet that this user can create assets. They may be members of a number of other internal and or external plans, or both. However, only in a Smartsheet user's primary plan, both in legacy collaborator mode and in user subscription mode, can a user create assets if the plan permits them to create assets. Moving on to that asset ownership, if this user's primary plan allows them to create assets, and they do create assets, as you can see on screen here, the owner of those assets will be the primary plan. So there's no ability to create assets in differing plans. It's solely in the primary plan. Let's talk about some insights that we've gained from this knowledge transfer. You know, the new user subscription model enables a lot of new capabilities in the licensing and sharing and collaboration space for Smartsheet. But the byproduct, where multiple plan memberships are now supported in this new technology, can result in some user primary plan assignment variability that was not present in legacy collaborator mode. The system administrators and end users themselves in the user's primary plan really manage the ability for the user to create assets in their primary plan. The primary plan owns all of the assets that, if they can create assets, that they do create, and they manage the authentication of these users, which can be extremely important in organizations with high security requirements. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn about this very important and heretofore undocumented function within the Smartsheet platform. Thank you for watching, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful.